friends, and welcome back. Mr. A here today, back with another video from Miss Glass and Miss Savell, along with our good friends Jasmine, Kenny, Bit, and Bite. Today they're discussing functions. They're even going to show you how to make cool Play-Doh. I can't wait to find out how to do that. So let's see what Jasmine and Kenny have to say.
Kenny, are you making something good to eat?
No, but I am making something you can play with.
Can I help?
Sure. What's your favorite color?
Oh, that's easy. Purple. But you still haven't told me what we're making.
You will see.
I don't know. If I don't know what we're making, then how am I going to know how to make it?
Oh, that's easy. Follow the recipe. First, we have to gather up all the ingredients, though. Can you help me?
Sure.
Hey, Bit, what did the hungry computer eat?
I don't know. What?
Chips, one bite at a time.
Oh, Bite, that's so funny. Hey, it looks like the kids might be making something. I wonder what it is.
Hey guys, we didn't hear you come in. It looks like you might be making something. What is it?
We are making a recipe my mom gave me. She said if we got all the ingredients together, she would help us mix it up. Oh, that's cool. What are you making?
I don't know yet. All Kenny would say is it's a recipe. Did you know that there's something in computer science that works like a recipe? Really?
What is it? It's called a function.
Yes, a function is a block of reusable code that can perform a task.
That's how a recipe works too. My mom wrote it down a long time ago. But every time we want to make Play-Doh, we get it out and use it again.
We were making purple Play-Doh. That's so cool.
I love purple, and I love to play with Play-Doh. Yes, that's right. Oh, looks like my mom is here to help. Let's finish making our Play-Doh. Why don't we check in with the specialist and see if they can help us learn more about functions?
Hey there, Tammy Glass, computer science specialist. Kenny and Jasmine were gathering up some ingredients to get their mom to help them make some Play-Doh. And they found a recipe, and that recipe's a function. So they sent you over to me to help you out with learning about some functions. Jasmine asked, what is a function? A function are reusable blocks of code that can perform a task. Want to learn some more about functions with Bit? Let's watch this short video.
Let's go! What do you think of when you hear the word pattern? A pattern is when something or a series of things is repeated in sequence. You may have seen patterns before in colors, shapes, music, or even math. There can be patterns in code too. As a programmer, there will be times where you want your computer to repeat certain lines of code in sequence. If there is a block of code that you want your computer to easily repeat lots of times, a tool you may want to use is a function. A function is a block of code made up of a set of steps that result in a single specific action. A programmer will give this action a simple name, so the set of steps can be easily talked about and reused again and again in a program. You may not even realize it, but you use functions every day. Think about something you do a lot that involves the same series of steps each time. How about tying your shoes? Each time you tie your shoe, you follow the same steps. Step 1, gather laces. Step 2, knot. Step 3, loop. Step 4, swoop. And step 5, pull tight. So when you're getting ready to go outside and you're tying up your shoes, you probably don't stop to think about every single step in the process. You just tie your shoes. In your head, you've stored all those individual steps into one action with a single outcome. You use a function. Now let's say you want to teach a computer to do the same task. Robots can wear shoes, right? A computer won't just know what to do. You would have to break down and write out every single step, like this, for both shoes, every time you want to repeat the action. Luckily, there's an easier option. You can teach the computer how to do the action just once using a sequence of commands. Then give the action a name so it's easy to tell the computer to repeat it later. Now you can simply use the function name tie shoes anytime and your computer will complete the exact same action. So why are functions so important? Well, the main reason is that they help keep your code dry. Dry means don't repeat yourself. Cutting out repeating commands helps to minimize bugs, keeps code short, and saves programming time. You might be wondering, what does a function look like in code? In JavaScript, a function looks like this. Here's an example of our tie shoes function we used earlier. The sequence of steps you want the computer to repeat is stored between these squiggly braces. In Codable, this is what a function looks like. The sequence of steps you want your fuzz to repeat are stored in the function's bin with the same squiggly symbol. There are two main steps to create a function. Step 1, define it. In Codable, this means choosing a sequence of 3 commands that will tell the fuzz how to move whenever the function is used. Here, we want our fuzz to move right, up, right. Step 2, use it. Anytime we want our fuzz to move the same way, we can call on this function instead of dragging out those same commands again. Now it's your turn. Use the function command in Codable to store a series of steps that repeat throughout a level. Start by looking for patterns. Here I want my fuzz to move right, up, right. I notice later in the maze the fuzz will repeat these again. I will put these 3 commands in a function, right, up, right. Let's work through the rest of the level. Now I don't have space in my program to drag out the same arrow commands again. That's okay. I just need the function block to move my fuzz right, up, right. Let's try it. Happy coding! Woohoo!
It's activity time. Kenny needs some help spotting the functions.
Have you heard of the nursery rhyme, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star? Let's look at it together. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. This nursery rhyme has some repeating parts. Let's look at those. The first 2 lines at the beginning of the poem say, twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Do you see those lines repeated? I do. At the bottom of the poem, the last 2 lines repeat, twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Functions have parts that repeat. If I took out the repeating parts or the functions, could I write a new function for twinkle, twinkle, little star? Can you think of some words we might put in the first 2 lines of the poem? How about wiggle, wiggle, little worm, how I wish you could fly, up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky? That's silly, isn't it? Wiggle, wiggle, little worm, how I wish you could fly. But where else does it need to go? Functions are repeated in our code and sometimes in our words. So if we have this at the top, we also need to add it at the bottom. Now we have reused our function in the top and in the bottom of our poem. Wiggle, wiggle, little worm, how I wish you could fly. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Wiggle, wiggle, little worm, how I wish you could fly. That would be a funny sight, wouldn't it, to see a worm fly?
Let's Google it. Bite has some books for us to look at today. The first book is Gabby's Fabulous Functions by Caroline Gunjara. Computer coding in the kitchen? Yes! Best friend Gabby and Adie are baking a special birthday treat, and making a recipe is a lot like creating a function in a computer code. Hey, I think our kids were making some recipes today. The next book is all about coding functions by Jacqueline J. Cox. This is about how functions, like getting ready for bed, help you learn about what a function is in code, what it looks like, and how it works. This is an ebook online on Epic Books. Our last book is How to Code a Roller Coaster by Josh Funk. Pearl and her trusty rust-proof robot Pascal are enjoying a day at the amusement park, spinning teacups, ice cream, and of course, my favorite, roller coasters. Through the use of code, Pearl and Pascal can keep track of their ride tokens and calculate when the line is short enough to get a spot in the biggest ride of them all, the Python coaster. The kids had gone to gather up some ingredients to make Play-Doh. That's going to be so neat. And they needed several things to make their Play-Doh. Let's look at the recipe card that their mom gave them for cool Play-Doh.
A recipe is something that is written down and you can use over and over, like a function. So recipe cards act like functions. Let's look at the recipe card to make Play-Doh. It has a 5-minute prep time and a 5-minute cook time. You need 6 ingredients: flour, cream of tartar, salt, Kool-Aid, pick your favorite flavor, vegetable oil, and water. Every recipe card has instructions. Let's look at these sets of instructions. You need, in a large bowl, combine all your dry ingredients. Then add your vegetable oil and water and mix together. Next, add your dry ingredients to your pot and mix that well. Here's where you'll need your mom or a dad or an adult to help you. Cook on low to medium heat on the stove until the dough starts to form and becomes dry. Once a ball starts to form and Play-Doh looks fully cooked, remove from the heat and let the dough cool before touching. Be careful, it's gonna be hot. Last, once the dough is cooled, you will need to knead it or roll it around in your hands for about 5 minutes to make the dough soft and smooth. Every time you want to make cool Play-Doh, you just pull back out your recipe card and you'll have all the instructions.
It's your turn to try it. Why don't you see if a grown-up will help you make some Play-Doh? What color will you make? Jasmine's favorite color's purple and Kenny's favorite color's green. But there are lots of colors to choose from.
Look at what I made with my Play-Doh.
What is it?
It's you. It even has your hair.
Huh, not funny, Jasmine.
Well, what did you make?
Well, I made the scooter that you promised me.
This was so much fun. I can't wait to do this again.
Me too.
I'm so glad you joined us today. We learned all about some functions. We looked at some recipes. Boy, we've had a good day. I hope you enjoy making Play-Doh with your family. See you next time.
Thanks, Miss Glass, Miss Savell, and friends. Now, friends out there, remember, before you try to make your own cool Play-Doh, that you ask your parents for their permission, and maybe even their help. Well, that's all the time we have for today, friends. We'll see you real soon on our next episode of Computers Are Fun. See you real soon.